I'm Stephanie Oden. Welcome to the Quiet Impact Podcast. And this is where we nurture, inspire, equip, ignite, and empower introvert leaders and business owners just like you who are making waves quietly and with impact. And I am thrilled to be able to bring to you another one of our Spotlight Achiever guest interviews. I like to bring people in front of you that will help you move to the next level of success, whether it's building your leadership skills, embracing who you are as you move to the next level, and growing as a business owner and entrepreneur. So I hope you grab some nuggets from what my guest shares with you. I know when my guests come on, I lean in too. I continue to learn from the people that I put in front of you. So let's dig in, shall we? Welcome to the Quiet Impact Podcast, where we nurture the journey of introverts who desire to achieve greater levels of influence, income, and impact. The go-to podcast for introvert achievers just like you, seeking purpose-driven growth. I am your host, Stephanie Oden. Welcome back to the Quiet Impact Podcast. I am your host, Stephanie Oden, and we're not shy, timid, or needing to be fixed. We are an introvert, and that is our superpower. And I always get excited when I get to have our Quiet Achiever guest on. And today I have with me Holly Ireland, and I'll share a little bit more about her in just a little bit. Holly, would you say hello to our guest today?
Hello, everyone. Hello, Stephanie. It's always great to see your face.
Yes, and a little bit of background. We have known each other. Oh, I'm scared. I mean, I know we only look like maybe 28. Okay.
That's right.
We look 28, and we've known each other 28 years. Okay, we'll just go we'll go that route. We've known each other a long time. And a little bit about Holly. She is the co-owner and administrator for Solutions Salon and Spa in Indiana. She's been in customer service since she was 14 years old, and she really has an eye, an ear, and a knack for building strong relationships. And that's one of the things that she does, and one of the ways that she shines. And the result of that, and I know it's a team effort, and that's part of her gift, bringing the right people to the party, is she serves her guests and she serves her employees both with the same passion. For over 20 years, remember we're only 28, okay?
Yeah.
28. That's our story. We're sticking to it the whole podcast. We're 28. Yeah. She's been an active member of the Women's Business Council. As a matter of fact, that's where I met her when I started out, and we've done some things together. But I want to celebrate a huge achievement, because with her being in a wellness industry that's people driven, you have to have people keep coming back. She has been, and her team have been recognized with her organization, and she'll give the name of that when she shares that. But in the top 3 salons in the US, top 3. So the top 20 get to go on a trip. For 10 years, since she's been with them, she's got to go and take her team with her on the trip. But do you understand how big that is? Like, top 3 is some serious stuff. She's humble and genuine. And so, again, I want to welcome you, Holly. Now, tell us something that is not in your bio, Holly.
Well, you did just mention like the trips that I've gotten to be part of and our team has been a part of. And those trips take us to Europe a lot of times. So each year it's a different destination, and lots of places have been visited, and that I have quite enjoyed. I had never been outside the country before, so I do really enjoy that. It's a lot of fun, but I keep growing more and more a homebody at the same time. I love being at home. This is the space I chose to be able to talk to you today. I am kind of a homebody.
I think that's something we have in common. That's probably why we hadn't met as much face to face, because we're both homebodies. It's like, I got to get out of my home after I've done all the things. Okay, I'm not having it. I know that our sons are about the same age.
Yes.
They ran track about the same time. Again, like I said, we're only 28, but we've known each other for a while, doing some things with the Women's Business Council, showing up in the community. and setting the stage. And that's one of the things I know that you have done is you've set the stage for others coming after you. And one of the things we talked about in the past was you're in the spa industry, but you're not licensed to do specific things. But because of your customer service background, that's your knack. That's the thing that you bring.
Right. Yes.
How have you been able to navigate when you're up against people that have, they have their whole dossier of, I'm a this, I'm a that, I'm certified in this, and I'm certified in that. How do you maintain your sense of confidence and what you bring to the party?
That's an excellent question. I get a lot of joy of getting to be in that environment first and foremost, because I am in awe of what they do. This is the only salon that I've ever worked in, but seeing what happens behind the scenes and just like the formulas that go into hair color and, different things like that, it is quite impressive in each department. Each service that's being performed, there is a lot that goes into it. And I enjoy getting to support them in it. That is very rewarding for me. It just is, it's incredible what goes into it.
Now, your spa, is it partial service? Like, is it full service?
It is,
how is it set up? Okay.
we have hair, skin, nails, body treatments, massages. So we are full service.
Okay.
Yes.
And we all know what happened several years back when everybody was told to stay home. Like, how were you able to keep the business going in the time frame when you're hands-on? You can't do virtual spa services. How were you able to keep things going and then still rise?
Yeah, boy, that was a crazy time. I think that our doors were closed, if I remember right, 7 weeks. We were closed. It's interesting. My three partners, they don't live here in Kokomo. We've got Greentown in Peru, so they're spread out just a little bit, but I'm here in Kokomo and I was at the salon every day. I still went. I was there by myself. I found peace and comfort in that. But then there would be times, where I would be talking to the partners and like we could still be semi-active, at the same time. But our staff, we made sure to stay connected to our staff first and foremost. We kind of divided our staff up into teams. So we each had a group of our staff members that we would reach out to, talk to them on the phone, make sure that they're good. And, it was very important for us to stay connected, and it was such a scary time for everybody. And there were so many unknowns. And, we just wanted to do everything that we could to stay close with our people. And then, a lot of planning on, how to get back into the space. What is that going to look like? And then we did have like a couple days too where we did do some like curbside, as far as selling products and things like that, so that we still could continue to take care of our guests and, meet their needs. But yeah, it was, I hope we don't ever go through anything like that.
Crazy times. We're not speaking that into being. We will navigate it once and we're good. Good to
Yeah.
have that experience. Now, retention wise, I can speak from a visitor of the salon. You seem to have a very good, in an industry that's known for turnovers. It's an industry that's known for turnovers, but you don't seem to have a big turnover rate. Like, your people stick and stay. How are you able to do that?
Well, we work hard and we play hard, but we work really hard at just being very open, very honest, very supportive. And all the things we do it with a big heart. And myself and my partners, we are all very, very dedicated to our people. We listen. We all have things that happen in life, right? Time to time, with, ups and downs, all the things. We just try to stick really close with everyone. We care. We care a lot.
And as a leader, caring doesn't mean you're a pushover. I mean, you're an owner. You do owner things. You make owner decisions and you handle it. So I don't want people to think, oh yeah, they're super nice, and well, they are, and they care. They do. I've experienced it personally, and I can walk in and again, I know people there and they know me, and that's the whole culture. But that doesn't mean if you're not a good fit that you won't have opportunities to do something else, because that's the thing I've seen with what you do is fit is really important. Fitting
Right.
into the culture is really important.
Right.
Now, some won't believe this because you're here with me. They don't know that it took me almost a year to get you on here to have this conversation. And you are an introvert.
Yes.
And tell me how that has helped you to be successful, and how do you use being an introvert? How you just show up as an introvert, and how's it helpful?
I mean, I feel like I had to, recognize that about myself first and learn from there. But I do feel like that it has helped me be a good listener, because it's easy to take a back seat and be quiet and in meetings sometimes or just in groups or whatever. But I found being quiet that there is something to that because you can really take people in and you
Mhm.
can listen and you can watch their facial expressions and body language, and things like that. And I have found that that has been very powerful for me to be able to do that. And really, in that quiet space, sometimes be able to even just feel maybe some intuition that comes up in me,
Yeah,
or, you can hear the things that are being said between the words sometimes.
yeah, that's
You
good.
know, yeah.
That's powerful. And one of the things you said that is so true is being aware of that is how you're wired. That's how we're
Mhm.
wired. And it doesn't give us an excuse to shrink,
Right.
right? I mean, but it also gives us permission to know that we're strong and powerful just as we are.
Hmm.
And
Yes.
once that clicks, then in a way we're unstoppable by our own means. And I think it's really important that leaders get that entrepreneurs get that. Yes, you're an introvert, but that doesn't mean you get to shrink in a corner. When you have a calling, you have to walk out your calling. Like you are, I say you should be compelled to walk out your calling, because
Hmm.
people need to see you show up. And then your team is not all like you, which is great because they're more outgoing, more face front, more out there than you. And it doesn't take anything from you or them, but that's what a team does. So,
Yes.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think
And I am incredibly grateful for my teams. I have my ownership team, and then we have our salon and spa team. And both are great. But, within the ownership team, I mean, we do definitely recognize that within one another. And, something might come up or whatever. And it's like, oh, this one's for you. And we do play into that some. And or if there's something that comes up, one of us maybe is like, I'm not sure that I'm the one that's suited, best suited for this or whatever, and we can at minimum have a conversation about it, and
yeah,
then move forward from there. And it's a beautiful thing. I mean,
yeah, it
really.
is. It is.
Hmm.
And you feel it when you walk in. I mean, and
Hmm.
that's the thing about the right culture is it's not something that it's not absolutes on a wall. It's, hey, this is how when you walk in, this is how people feel. When people leave, yes, they want to come back. I mean, and that's something that you've established even more so. All of your personalities, I think, draw in more people, like, and the people stay and they keep coming back and they keep having regular appointments. And that's important in this industry in this time. I mean, you've been in the industry how many years?
I've been there 26.
26. Remember, we're only 28, okay? But 26 years, there have been a lot of changes, regulations, and all that. And I speak this because, Holly knows that I'm a spa girl and I like spas and like helping them out. That's originally how we met. What has been some challenges though for you?
Well, learning, of course, like every day, learning to communicate, I mean, being direct, but being honest
Okay.
and with a lot of respect.
Yeah.
Communication is is a big deal in all areas of life. And
Yeah.
so I feel like we're in a really good spot right now as a whole, but that's something that we're always looking at, is if how can we improve upon that, because that's super important, with us for owners, but also with our staff.
You have a busy schedule because
Yes.
when I think about the spa. Back in the old days of spa, the spa was closed on Monday. Like that was a thing. Spas were closed on Mondays. And we just knew don't get a spa appointment on Monday. And now you've expanded that to I don't even know when you close. It seems like you're open all the time. So how do you establish boundaries when you are so used to being there, having your
Yes.
hands on it? How do you establish boundaries? Because you're like your mom, your daughter, your grandma, grandmother. Do you have a grandmother name? I'm just curious.
Wiggy.
Wiggy. Okay. So yes.
Being a grandmother is the best.
So yeah, so now you got that other piece of it. You're running a spa that's doing very well. How do you establish boundaries?
Being supported by great people. I
Mm.
mean, if I get to a point that I'm low staff, which since I'm not licensed, I do oversee the front desk. I'm the administrator, so I do a lot of of course, the business aspects, but I also oversee the front desk. That's where I started within the salon and spa, and then our customer service and all those types of things, which you said something a minute ago that makes me very happy, because something that I do talk to the desk a lot about
Mm.
is how do we make people feel? And it isn't super important how they feel when they're leaving our space. It's important how they feel when they're in our space, and so that is something that we talk about, and it is really important. But just for me, having a very, very strong front desk that they are very capable of, you know, performing their responsibilities, you know, and being very confident and strong in what they're doing. That is super important, and that helps me manage being away, from the salon. They're the hub, right?
Right,
So
right.
everything goes through there for the most part, but I'm always connected in some way too. I mean, I'm always available to them even if I'm not there. And so we have a communication system. We use Slack, to be able to send messages,
Okay.
text messaging, of course. Those can be quick and easy, but if I ever get a message that says, hey, can you call, I need you, then I'm gonna pick up the phone, and I want to be there for them.
Yep.
I want them to have that comfort and trust in me that, when that comes, that I'm going to be there. But, when that happens, it's also a very big learning moment.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's always important, and we always take the time to learn in any kind of moment, really. And that's where a lot of their strength and confidence can come from. And so the more that I do that, and then the longer that they're with me, the less that they need me, kind of,
Mhm.
So it might be a lot in the beginning when somebody's learning to be there on their own or something like that, but the more they learn, the less that they need me. So
I, and from what I'm hearing too, you take not only like your customer experience aspects, it sounds like you also treat your people as customers.
mm,
Like as I listen to you talk, you treat them as customers. And I
yes.
don't know if it's intentionally or not, but that's huge that you're looking at them as, you know what, yes, they do work for us. They have a job here, but you know what? They're also customers. Like that is what I hear coming across as you share how you connect with them. You still carry that strength into how you operate and how you work with them.
Yeah, absolutely. Our people are important, and education is such a big deal, in our industry. Things are constantly changing, so education has to be a continuous thing. And us investing in them is super important, that it is building them, but, it's building us as a whole too. And it just makes all of us stronger. The front desk and their customer service guest specialists. They're not licensed, but they're still no different. while they're there, I very committed to, and my partners, in teaching them in every way that we possibly can. Customer service is super important, but they also can do a lot of sideline things for us too, maybe helping with inventory or there's just other things that they can be involved with. But, sometimes they can tap into other things too. I think that it's important that we talk to each individual and find out what their strengths are, and talking as a whole, strengths and weaknesses. And if they have a strength as they're very artistic, then we let them kind of tap into that for us and hope maybe they, they can draw some signs, or, there's different things that they can do to add to the team, but able to do something that they enjoy and they're very talented at. I want everybody to learn when they're under our roof. Of course, I want them to be there as long as I'm there. But, we have young ladies that are in school, right? And so then when they graduate, then they maybe move on to their field, and there's different reasons that they part ways with us. But it's very important to me that they learn everything that they can take with them when they go. And I want them to look back on it being a really great experience being there. We want our people to look forward to coming to work.
Yeah. Yeah. That because again, that sets the tone for how guests will feel their experience. If the people working there, you can pick up when somebody doesn't want to be at their job. Like you can just pick it up. They don't say anything, but you can pick it up. And so the fact that they want to be there, again, that sets the stage and also helps navigate the things when you have to pivot.
Yes.
It is not perfect. I can't even imagine that your days aren't smooth sailing. Like there's stuff that just like, okay, you got to think quick on your feet, and you got to figure out how to keep things legal, things within regulation. Okay, you got to address this concern and all that. I can't even imagine how you do that and just stay so calm. What do you do for fun?
What do I do for fun?
Yeah, what do you do for fun?
My grandson, of course, playing with him. Oh my gosh. And the kids, of course, too, just watching them and having family time with all of our parents, Eli and I's parents, and having the family get-togethers. A lot of times we host here at our house, and it brings us lots of joy. But my husband and I, we like to listen to music. We go to try and seek out the people we'd like to see live. And sometimes it takes us on short trips, just to even go to a concert or something. But we explore different areas. All of that is a lot of fun. And gardening, flowers, plants.
Okay. I have one. Well, now I have two. I've graduated to two. I had one plant. I didn't think was going to make it. Her name's Hope. But she's starting to get a little excited. I think I added a friend. Her friend's Joy. So
Great.
put Joy by Hope, and she's looking like she likes her friend. So I think she's going to live. Those are the only two plants I got in my house, because the rest of them, the mister takes care of, and they don't live under my care. So I'm pretty excited that I got Hope and Joy that I think are going to make it, Holly. I think they're going to make it.
That's awesome.
As we kind of, wrap up some of the things that we've talked about, can you share what are concepts that you would like to leave our audience with, whether it's mindset or self-care or being successful, or in any area? Could you share some takeaways? Even as an entrepreneur, I mean, you started this whole thing being an owner, and you didn't know quite what you were doing when you bit it off. You're like, okay, yeah, I'll be an owner. So can you share, two or three things with our audience that would be helpful and encouraging to them?
Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, I would say being able to be direct and honest, even when it's the hard things that have to be said. I think anything can be said as long as you're being respectful.
Okay.
And willing to listen. And sometimes it is hard to sit in moments like that, but I think it's important that communication, whether it's setting boundaries or having to tell someone the truth, about something else. I feel like that the hard conversations are important. And as long as it's being done respectfully, and in my experiences, I have found that those hard moments actually can be a really great way to build very strong relationships. I mean, I think there is a beautiful thing on the other side of it.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah. And that has been something over the years that, that we have had to do. And we're huggers too. Don't be afraid to hug.
Absolutely, absolutely. They are huggers, and okay. First, they make sure that you're okay with that, right? I mean, they
Yeah.
make sure, and it goes back to relationship. And I was very surprised. I hadn't been in the salon in a while, and I had an opportunity to go, and so many were still there. Like I know firsthand the retention and the culture. And I got hugs. I was like, this is great. And just the fact that you're that aware, like you let them do their job and you don't hover, but yes, you let people know. And for sure, yes, they're definitely huggers. One last thing. When it comes to being an entrepreneur, what can you share on being an entrepreneur, being a business owner that could be inspiring or encouraging? Because they're not all easy days. It's
No.
probably more, I won't, some stormy, rocky thunder days than it
Yeah.
is sunny days. So can you share maybe one thing you think that would be encouraging?
From an entrepreneur standpoint, a couple
Yeah.
things come to mind for me actually. So like with the staff, and making mistakes, like make mistakes. I mean, sometimes I feel like those can be the best ways to learn sometimes, but don't hide from them. For us, it's like you make a mistake. I mean, be the first one to say it and bring it to light, bring it to someone's attention, and let's talk about it. Let's work through it and let's move forward, because being there is, we're always and forever learning. And again, mistakes sometimes can be the best way to do so. But I think there's a lot of honesty in that too, for people to be able to be honest about making mistakes. And I try very hard to make people feel very comfortable in it, because it is important to talk about it. And especially if it is coming down to like customer service, there's like a mistake on how an appointment was scheduled or something. It's like, let's be on top of it and let's learn from it, and let's make sure everybody gets taken care of the way they need to be. And then networking's huge.
Yeah.
I find that it seems like there's not a lot of middle ground with it. It's like people love it and enjoy it, and they feel like they get a lot out of it or not. I happen to love it and enjoy it. And I feel like networking, it really is about building relationships. And does everybody become your best friend? No. But it is a very professional, respectful way to create relationships. And even though it's maybe somebody that you don't hang out with all the time or talk to all of the time, it gives you avenues that when you do meet, or when you personally need something, or if you meet someone else that needs something, and you can steer them in a direction of a trustworthy, right, space or person to go to. That's a big deal, and it's a really good way to be able to take care of people. I've also found over the years that, well, there was a particular situation where someone would say something that is not accurate or whatever about the business or something like that. I have found that networking and being able to get in front of the people that know me and I can talk to them, it's very solid, because they know that I'm going to be a straight shooter, and we have a lot of respect and rapport already built, and so it can be very powerful. It also can be very fun. There are lots of different groups. I mean, there's a group that I'm recently involved with. I'm not with the Women's Business Council any longer. At 20 years, I stepped away from that, and that kind of really pulled on my heartstrings.
I
I
get that.
absolutely loved that
Yep.
group.
Yep. I
But it was
absolutely get
also time for them to, they were growing in a different direction. And it's like, now I get to support them from the sideline, and any events that they're doing, I try to support them every way that I can. Currently, I'm in a group. It's called Gather and Grow. It's women coming together. There's different events that we kind of hold just within the group. that's kind of team building things. We really get to know each other, and it's a lot of fun. But when you get to meet people that are working in so many different other kinds of businesses versus your own, and you really get to learn, and be able to talk about challenges or successes and be able to celebrate one another and all of those things. It's really awesome.
That's good. That's really good. And it's okay to walk away from something that is no longer a fit. It's okay. It
Mm-hmm.
is okay. It's not saying, it doesn't say anything about anything. It's just being able to navigate to something else that's a better fit, because we grew up in the Women's Business Council, but then there was a shift, and it was okay that they did where they went. I went a different direction, but I still have relationships
Yeah.
with the people that are part of that. And absolutely, that makes sense. Now, you did have me chuckle when you say you like networking, because most introverts do not like networking at all. But I think part of the reason why it fits you is because you're naturally curious and caring about people. You genuinely want to know their stories and want to lean in and listen. Like, that's fun. And
Yeah.
I think that's definitely a good skill set to have. Holly, thank you. Thank you so much for being a guest on the show. And I'm gonna put your information in the show notes. People can reach you at Holly at Solutions Salon and Spa.com, and there'll
Mm-hmm.
be a website to go with that. And look, I'm gonna tell you now, she's not big on social media, so you're not gonna find her there. So if you want to find her, you're gonna have to find her through the salon,
Yep.
or me. Like, I'll be her middle person. You can get to her through me, but that's okay. Like, she owns her space, and a lot of respect for her. Like I said, we've done a lot of things together, and just honored that you'd hang out with me on the podcast, and so much success. I get the privilege of seeing it from where it was to where it is now,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a tribute to your leadership as well as your other owners, and I've seen that. So kudos, and I think that's all we got. Are you good, Holly?
I'm good, Stephanie. Thank you so much. This has been wonderful.
Thank you,
And
thank
I
you.
just want to leave you with one of my favorite phrases:
Please.
do small things with great love.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Appreciate you.
Thank you. All right. We'll see you guys later.